Ken, what does it mean to you to be inducted into the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame?
Well, it was certainly a great honor. I remember all the guys I played with and stuff like that, and they were exceptional athletes, the whole works. And it was a good time really to come up, because it was after the Depression, that's all there was to do was play sports. So to get into the Baseball Hall of Fame was really a real honor.
Put the icing on the cake, in other words.
Oh, beautiful, yes.
Highlights. What stands out in terms of your baseball career? Anything really special?
Oh, there's a couple of things. It was nice to make the All-Star team in junior. The first year they had it with the Tribune. Jack Matheson, I think, got it started. And the following year, I guess I went with Rosedale's, which was always a top name in junior ball in those days. And later on I went to, I got hurt playing in the first part of the Mandak League. It wasn't called that then, I think a different name.
Manitoba Senior Baseball League?
Well, no, it was, we played against Carmen and Brandon and
You say you got hurt. What happened?
Well, it was the third game of the season. I was playing for the Army and Navy. And I stood in the third base at Osborne Stadium. And I didn't know I didn't look that good, and I always had lots of speed and lots of slide. And they left the pin up at least 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches, and I hit it dead on, and that was it. I went right over the top. My leg stayed there.
Yeah, right.
But I didn't get a break, but I broke all the ligaments. They broke.
Ken, you went out west. You played in the Okanagan, well, Trail Smoke Eaters.
The Kootenays. And before I went out there, I didn't play for 3 years on account of that ankle. Billy Hughes, he was the best man that ever was in any sport. Like he is. You remember Billy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he was wonderful.
Good trainer.
Well, he put a walking cast on me, and he said, but I'd never play again. But it worked out. I went out to BC, and I was pretty well shamed into playing. That I guess through my brother, he played hockey out there. They heard that I played ball. And another broadcaster, Eric Bishop, you remember him?
Of course, from Calgary.
He was running it, yeah. And he's going to say I'd be playing, so I gave it a try, and it's worked out pretty good. I played a lot of fastball there, and baseball.
Yeah, and baseball. And then you came back to Winnipeg, and you wound up playing in the senior league with St. Boniface Native Sons, of course.
Well, when I first came back, I went to Transcona. I played with Joe Jarrett and Nicol and the rest of them.
Yeah.
And enjoyed that. We had a good season. And then I went to St. Boniface. Terry Hines, he was Mr. Baseball for years around here, besides his dad. And he was going with the Whips, I think it was in those days. It wasn't the Gold Eyes. I think it was the Whips. He went somewhere anyway, but one of the teams. And Doug McGee was the manager, and he asked me if I wanted to come over, because the bulk of the St. Boniface boys had played with the Rosedales.
Sure.
So he wanted me to come over, and I took over the team then. And an awful lot of good ball players in those days, I'll tell you. And I ended up, I saw all the best ones, Jim Zary and stuff like that, as well as the Dunsmores and Littles. They were still there. Whereas Zary and Billy Hughes, was it? And a couple of guys like that, you couldn't count on being around for the finals. But I liked to play them while they were there.
The rewards for playing baseball were pretty meager. You didn't put too much money in your pocket from playing ball, did you?
I could have made lots in trail, because they were paying guys to come in from the coast. But I'm not bragging or anything, but I think I was the ball team, so because I took it over again. I never wanted to be a manager or a coach, but everywhere I went, it was automatic. Even with Fort White, the senior.
Right.
Went on most of the tournament teams.
Sure.
And
well, that was the only way you were only going to make any money out of baseball, was through tournaments.
Well, had to get a little beer money.
Yeah, that's right. So you've got some pleasant memories about the
Oh.
baseball over the years. Yeah.
Wonderful. And the people I played with. I said before, Kenny Little was just in town, and then to my mind, he was the outstanding athlete in that century, really. He wasn't named it, but he was that good. He played every sport possible.
Sure.
Fast, side, everything. Hit. Matter of fact, he was the first ball player in Winnipeg I ever saw a switch hit.
Yes, not too many of those guys.
And his dad got him to do it. And matter of fact, we always went with St. Boniface to Keewatin on the long weekend in 1st September. And he hit 2 home runs, one from the left side and one from the right.
Terrific.
That's
yeah.
So he wasn't just using that left side to get the speed to first base, but he had the speed you wouldn't believe.
Ken, do you still follow baseball?
Not really. I glance at the papers. I got a couple of guys I look at to see how they're doing, especially the Canadian boys. There's a couple from BC, and also the one that run the home run thing there a couple of times. I can't remember his name, but I always followed his career.
Favorite team in the major leagues?
Oh, God. Nothing exceptional. Everybody says the Yankees, but I used to like the Dodgers when they're in New York.
Sure. Ken, I'm sure that it's a good feeling to be honored by your peers and to be honored by baseball
Wonderful,
with the induction.
That's right. Bob, I enjoy every minute I play ball. There's another thing. Everybody I played with, too, they're 100%ers. You know, when they came to play, and they all played hard and played the game the way it should be played.
Ken Nicol, an inductee into the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame.
All right, thanks, Bob.